Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So today, this has been requested and it's been quite difficult to do, right? Because this brand is everywhere, but not enough of it is everywhere. So originally I wanted to do a full face of W7, which is a brand that is in different places. I swear I've seen it in like a garden center before, but it just kind of pops up everywhere. W7 is an extremely affordable brand, and I just want to see what we could do. I have 6 products, so I don't really have a full face, but enough to get a kind of idea. My fiance got these for me when he was out. He was like, do you want any of this? Because sometimes if there's like obscure brands, he'll take a picture and show me. I was like, yes, oh my god, people have asked me to do this. So that's exactly what I'm doing today. We have a contour palette, we have an eyeshadow palette, we have this brow kit, a foundation, lipstick and mascara. Just before we get into that, if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Robert. I'm a professional makeup artist here on YouTube, but also in real life. This is my goal to help you become a pro yourself, or just someone who's really good at makeup. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, then do please consider subscribing. Okay, should we just get into it? Let's start with this. This is the W7 brow bar, and in here we have 2 very free looking brushes and this kind of like brow doer. It does brows, so that's the picture. Not very impressive, I must admit. Like, I wouldn't look at that and be like, oh my god, no, I need my brows to look like this. And I don't know if you can see at the top here, but we also have some brow templates. So they will come in extremely not handy for my eyebrows because they're just really thick. Here it all is. And with most reviews like this, I'm going to do my best to make it work for me. I'm not going to be like, whoa, it's crazy, it doesn't work. I'm going to try and make it work. I am actually going to skip out on the stencils because I just know they're not going to fit. So there really would be no point for me. But what I am going to do is take a look at this powder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. There is a tiny little brush on the inside there, but I think my hands are almost too big to use. So let me take this little one. This is very much like you get it free with face paints, you know what I mean? Okay, so we're going to take number 4, which is this wonderful... It's not black. I would say it was a grey looking black. Yeah, it's very grey, can you see? So if you do have, you know, dark eyebrows, it's probably not the best to use. I didn't think it would be very difficult for a brand that's more affordable to achieve a black pigment, but I know, you know, we don't tend to use pitch black in eyebrows, but this isn't even, this is grey. This is a shade of grey. One second. Even if I wanted to get my brow straight, I can't because the pigmentation is so grey that it's just gonna look like shadow below my eyebrow. What's happening here? You can tell when something, especially a brow product, is a little bit cheaper because it looks flat. There's no kind of depth to the eyebrow, which is fine. Okay, okay. Oh, we don't have a primer, so I'm literally gonna put on very quickly some of the Rare Beauty eye primer. I would definitely say that if, back to the brow, sorry, that if you were going to invest in, well, if you wanted to, you know, save some money in some places, but maybe not splurge, but maybe spend a little bit more on others, eyebrows are maybe one of the areas to kind of spend a little bit more money. Eyeshadow, I think, I don't know. It's difficult to get eyeshadow wrong nowadays in terms of a formula, but there definitely are some brands that do. But I do have to say, ever since I used the eyeshadow palette from Essence, I'm a changed human being. Like, I believe that affordable eyeshadows do exist. So this is the Socialite palette, indulgent multi-textured pressed pigment palettes. And actually, when you open up the palette, that looks quite impressive to me. Like, that's a good kind of neutral kind of night out. Oh, there's a brush. That's a good kind of a good palette, right? Like, the shimmers look really nice, the mattes look really beautiful. The brush is questionable. It is. I'm not sure why there's this flat. I guess I don't know. But like I said, I'm going to give it the benefit of doubt, so I'm not going to use the brush. But let's create something nice. Okay, let's start out with this shade, Nouveau Riche, which is this kind of burgundy, I guess. And let me tell you, this time I didn't just get purples on purpose. This was the only palette that was available. They do kind of have, if I remember, they kind of do like the, you know, when brands copy Urban Decay as like naked palettes. I believe they have those as well. Doesn't smell like anything. It doesn't even smell like, you know, sometimes cheaper makeup can smell. It doesn't even smell like that. It's very soft. It's blending very nicely, actually. Should we grab their blending brush and see how... It's very long. Oh, it's very soft, though. It does feel a bit cheap. I don't really feel like it's doing much, to be honest with you, so we'll get rid of that immediately. Okay, it's not bad, you know. It's quite nice. So far, so good. I feel like, you know what, if you wear eye makeup every single day, maybe to work or something like that, and you get through eyeshadow quite quickly, something like this might be a good solution because you're not spending too much money. How much was this? I have a receipt, like the olden days. $5.99. Not bad. Not bad for a big palette like this. $5.99, what, every 6 months? Every year? Depending how quickly you'll get through these colours. Isn't a bad deal. They're blending quite nicely. And actually, these brushes are the Essence brushes. So we're on a good, like, affordable thing here. Good affordable timeline. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, I'm not unimpressed. Could there be a little bit more pigmentation? Yes. But for $5.99 for the whole palette, fine. Fine. Let's go into polish, which is this kind of, I want to say darker brown, but it doesn't really look darker brown in any way. I just want to deepen up these sockets a little bit here. Oh, it's kind of the same color. Yeah, that's pretty much the same color. Wait, what? 1 second. Is that an eye primer? Shit. 13. There's like a cream in this corner. Oh, I wish I used that now. Okay, you know what? Let's just take it easy. I'm very caught between High Society here and then this shade, which is called Extravagance. High Society is like this. Extravagance is more pinky. Let's go for Extravagance. I think that'll be nice. Let's just do that on the whole eyelid. That is nice. You know what that is? That's extravagant, that is. Okay. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. I kind of like that. It's very creamy. It's very soft. It's not getting hard in the pan as I rub it like some shimmers do, and then they become like almost unmovable. Cute. Okay. How do we make this more exciting though? Because all the colors are the same. Let's go for RSVP just here, which is like a nude. I'm just going to go back in with that Nouveau Riche and just add some to the corner here. See how much we can build that up. You know what? This is nice. I quite like this. This is quite nice. Oh, a fucking fly just came in. This is what happens when you have the windows open. Okay, should we do... I don't have concealer, so we're going to do that. Okay, here's the deal with the situation with the foundation. I did ask... my fiance to get a shade that wasn't too dark, if anything lighter, and this is the one he got, and this is horrifically dark for me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try it on one side just to see the texture and how it is, and then I will brighten it up and kind of make it match. But I want to see the texture without any interference from anything else. You know, you can't give a product a bad review because of a shade match. That's your fault. But I do want to kind of experience the texture. Oh, sorry, this is the... It's Glow Time Radiant Foundation. It kind of smells like cheap foundation. Okay, so let's let that sit for a little bit. Actually, you know what? I don't know whether it's because I'm gonna have to take this off. It's burning my face. This is actually burning my face. Where's all my stuff? Where's all my things? Okay, that did burn a little bit. However, I do have to say, I did just do a full face of makeup and then remove my makeup. So my skin is probably a little bit sensitive. Let me just put on one of my normal foundations and then I will come back and then we'll have a look at the contour palette. You know what? I want to try another color under the eye and just so we get any kind of difference. I'm going to try Worldly. No, let's try Polished again under the eyes just to see if it does have any kind of different shade to it. No, it's very similar. Very similar. Like it looks just the same as that kind of like reddy, a little bit browner maybe, but it looks very Samey. I really like that like pinky shimmer though. I think that's really nice. Okay, let's take a look at this W7 Lift and Sculpt palette. Face shaping, where can you read that? Face shaping contour palette. Oh, and this is it inside. This gives me very drop shipped AliExpress vibes. It's that cream contour. So we have 3 highlight options. Let's just go straight in with this like middle tone right here. And let's use that a bit under the eyes. We'll blend it out properly in a minute. When was the last time you just contoured with just bright and dark instead of an actual highlight product, you know, and then just left it as that? I just like using an actual highlighter. It's okay, looks all right. It is giving that very like, you know, back in the day when every single brand was releasing really poor quality cream palettes. Now, none of these to me are contour shades. They have too much kind of like red or yellow to them. But of course we're going to use them just to try. I would rather have something else a little bit grayer in tone, a little bit colder. Let's use the shade Contour. Oh, this is bronze. Okay, these are contours. So let's go for this one here. You know what? It's actually not too bad. The color, again, I would prefer slightly cold, so it looked more like shadow. It's not the worst thing ever, though. Would I use it again? Probably not. It's just slightly too orangey for me. Contour is meant to be, you know, the shadow of your bone structure, and this is bronze. This is bronzer. Okay, so this is a lipstick from W7. Extremely, extremely affordable. And this is the shade Original. Oh, it gives very... The packaging is very familiar. Nice and nude. It smells like lipstick, like it could be like vanilla maybe. That's quite nice. I can't feel it. It's not very heavy. It doesn't have... I find sometimes with some more affordable lipsticks, they have this smell that turns into a taste, you know? Whereas I can't really taste anything, and it's a nice nude. That is really, really nice. W7 lipstick, who would have thought? Okay, so I also have the Lashtastic False Lash Effect Mascara. Let's take a look at this brush and see what it looks like. Ooh, God, that's an intense one. Very full. Okay. I haven't had my lashes, what's it called, permed in a while, or lifted. It's quite nice. It has a little tug right here, which is nice. Okay, so it's okay. I would like a lift on my lash, especially with a brush that big, but you can see they're still kind of pointing downwards. Which would maybe go with a thing. It has kind of grouped some lashes together. The way it combs through is quite sporadic, to be honest with you. It's not very consistent, but it's not terrible. It's a mascara, and I think it would do. So this is it. That's all I have from W7. The brows, the foundation, were a bit of a fail, but I know there are some other things that maybe I could have got, maybe some concealer. The brows, I'm looking at them now, maybe because I'm just used to them, but I feel like they're not as crappy. Oh no, they are so crappy. I can see that grey. Oh well. The highlight and contour actually make a nice kind of like highlight and bronzer kind of duo. I think that's quite a nice combination. And the eyeshadow, I'm really impressed by the sparkle. If I had like a dark brown in another palette, or even a black, I would put a little bit of that in the corners, and I think we'll be good, because that's a really, really nice eyeshadow. I quite like it. I would love to know your opinions below. Do let me know what you think. Is there anything from W7 you have tried that you like that maybe I should get my hands on? Let me know below. Please consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.